I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take off. You better call back up. I'm running me down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the...
Hey, everybody, it's the coach.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's an AFC. North matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Jackson steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Finding room inside the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. Jackson now. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Jackson, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll let it go deep for Bill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback who's scrambling around actually takes off and runs downfield. And that's exactly what he did.
But they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal. Rolling to Jackson, hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off here by Jimmy. Smith. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're up.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle There to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. CD, we got a little time here before Cleveland takes their next snap on offense. Quite a ride, really, for the Browns in 2019. Freddie Kitchens really hardly knew you. Gone after one season. Remember, people had elevated the Browns, not just playoff contenders, really, but Super Bowl contenders in the preseason. But that 6-10 finish brought them back to earth in a big way.
Well, let's go back to the preseason, and we did talk about those high expectations. I think that you and I both pumped the brakes on the Super Bowl talk. I thought playoff talk was legitimate. And when you look at this roster, whoever ends up taking over as the head coach of the Browns, they should be very happy with the talent that they have and a chance to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll let it go deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
All day, dog.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. There, this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This fielded at the 2. Shreds the tackle, and he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. And now running right through it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation. but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead, 28 yards as the Ravens push further out in front.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now stands at 13. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. Fights off the defender. And great effort. I mean, does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And now here's another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is taken at his 4. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offense...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. 1st down, Mayfield gets this one to the tight end, Charles. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but now it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And again, it's Mayfield. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. A beautiful fake. And now running right through it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And it's 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Flushed out right. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a 1st down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the 1st down marker.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Now it's Jackson out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They toss to Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That second down play nets a -4. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? Well, this one wasn't sleeping. Maybe it was just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now if they stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 94 yards, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Buying time to his left. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 40 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. It's Landry now on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A toss play to Chubb. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They run it again with Chubb. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Slam, slam, slam. Point it right, point it right, point it right. I got it.
Now Mayfield. Oh, no, he lost the football.
180. Hey, go, Mike 40, Mike 40. Check pass, check pass.
Here's Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting.